Welcome back to the 19th episode of the BroadStreet Sports podcast featuring Zachary Chabey and Logan Burns.
What's up? So we're going to talk about a little bit about MLB in the offseason because that's starting to heat up a little bit. Still handing out rewards. Not much has happened. Then we're going to move on and talk about NFL, then finish up with the NBA today.
So MLB is into its off-season, and after the Texas Rangers beat the Arizona Diamondbacks in 5 games, and MLB off-season, the free agency is right around the corner, and we'll probably have some big moves, especially with the biggest prize of them all, Shohei Ohtani being a free agent. Where could you see him going?
I heard the rumors. I believe the rumors were him going to the Dodgers.
It's been Dodgers and Yankees and Cubs showing him interest. So.
Yeah, I mean, out of the 3, I think the Dodgers are the ones most likely to do that. That or the Cubs, maybe. I don't know if the Yankees will probably. Yankees spent too much money.
Yeah, for sure. And then we got other guys who are still not up to the standard Ohtani, but are still very good, like Josh Hader, Blake Snell, Aaron Nola, guys like that. And then we got the international guys coming over. Which should be interesting to see. So we'll update you as those moves come along during the MLB free agency, so be on the lookout when that starts. So moving on then, we're going to talk about some basketball. Basketball, it's into the season. We've seen how teams have looked so far. They've looked pretty good so far, and a team that's definitely looked very good so far is the Philadelphia 76ers, especially after trading James Harden. So.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Never liked him. I am so happy we got rid of Harden. We absolutely fleeced the Clippers. We now have good players. We have Cap. Jesus. We have what the hell's the word I'm looking for?
What?
Well, we now have draft picks, and then what's the
players?
You go, because I can't think of the word.
So pretty much, I think what he's trying to say is the assets we got in the deal, guys like Nicholas Batum, Covington, KJ Martin, Marcus Morris. We got pick swaps with them, and we got 2 first-round picks, one from the Thunder, one from the Clippers themselves. So, I mean, the trades look good so far. Maxey, he's coming to his own after scoring, and he scored 50 points on Sunday night against the Pacers, which is a career high for him, and he looked good. And what summarizes the best, and Embiid's nickname for him, the franchise, which he is the franchise. He's the when Embiid goes, he is the future of this franchise. So.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then on the other side of it, the trade itself, ever since it feels like the Clippers have got James Harden, it just feels like too much chemistry issues and stuff like that. It's like they had it good with Westbrook, Kawhi, and PG, and then the bench guys around, the depth guys around it. But it seems like the 4 starting of Harden, Westbrook, George, Kawhi, and Zubac, it just doesn't seem to work. And somebody, Kendrick Perkins on ESPN offered a good suggestion. He said that they should send James Harden to the bench, get him bench minutes there, make him the 6th man, which I can understand. At this point of his career, he's not the James Harden who's meant to score. He's meant to go out there, dish it to the guys who are open and let them score, and then occasionally take the ball and shoot it. It's gone downhill for him ever since he turned his back on Philly, pretty much saying all this stuff, and then he put the icing on top when he said he was the system, which completely backfired for him. And now the Clippers, they're one of the bottom seeds in the West, so we'll have to see if they bounce back from that, because they got a good team and a good coach in Ty Lue. So, and then any other teams you want to talk about in particular, or anything else you want to talk about?
Not really, no.
Yeah. So, and then also, I don't know if you saw this yesterday. The rumor came out Bulls are already looking to blow it up with trading Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, which I'm not even surprised. And the early interest has been from the Heat, the Lakers, and the Sixers. So it should be interesting to see what team he goes to. But they said if the Sixers were to trade for him, it wouldn't be close to the trade deadline, because they still want to get their pieces from the Harden trade acclimated. Don't want to mess with the chemistry that much.
Yeah.
So, and then we'll have to see how that goes for sure. So LaVine, and then possibly DeRozan wherever he goes. So
right.
Is there any team you want to talk about, you're most surprised other than the Sixers, and one team you're most disappointed with other than the Clippers?
New Clippers, yeah. I guess team, I'm not necessarily disappointed, but I thought they would be a little bit better. I thought, honestly, the Bucks. I thought they'd be doing.
If you think about it, though, they did get Damian Lillard at the end of training camp, so he's still trying to get acclimated in there. And Giannis has been hurt, and he's not playing tonight against Toronto. So they haven't been dealing with injuries, and they just lost Jay Crowder for 3 months. So
I guess I don't know. I guess it was just hype and expectations that were high, and then
especially since the top teams like Sixers, Celtics, and now the Heat, and even the Pacers have looked good so far. So And then any team you're like surprised by?
Honestly, probably I guess the Sixers to an extent.
Anybody in the West, maybe? Or?
The West, I don't even know. I mean, Timberwolves are looking good though, especially and the Mavericks.
Anthony Edwards has taken the ball and has been the main star on that team, which that's what needed to be the case all along. He was the main. He was the do-it-all player for them. Like he could do every single thing for them, and he's finally shown that. And I don't know if you saw this last night. The Timberwolves and Warriors were playing, and they had a huge altercation where Draymond, Rudy Gobert ended up in a headlock from Draymond Green, which was insane.
That bud's an angry dude.
Yeah. And the Warriors right now, they're 6-6. They're still trying to get the chemistry issues resolved, and other than that, trying to see they're trying to run Chris Paul off the bench, which is the smart decision. But they need the guys that they had in this champ. They saw most of the guys from the championship team in 2022. They just haven't looked good, like Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson. I think he's on the decline. I think his best days are behind him. So And then before we move on, what's your thoughts on the new NBA in-season tournament so far? How do you think that's looked?
I'm going to be honest. When they first came out with that, I was so confused of what they were trying to do here. I still am kind of confused about it. And it's just, I don't understand the purpose of it, really. I mean, it's cool, I guess. Some of the courts look cool. Some of them look really stupid.
I think it's just to make the players a little care more. Because, they do get a reward in the end. They get an NBA Cup and $500,000. So
yeah. I mean, granted, I think part of it also is the kind of because it only lasts until December 3rd, something like that.
It's the championship's December 3rd. It's it's the middle, dead middle, and he counts as regular season games. So
I know that. I think the reason they're doing this, I think they're trying to compete with football.
Yeah.
Because it's would you rather watch football or basketball?
Football.
Exactly.
Yeah. But they're trying with this in-season tournament, the play-in tournament, and then the basketball playoffs is one of the greatest things to watch. So.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's interesting, but at the end of the day, I don't really give a rat's ass who wins. Mm-hmm. I would rather see the Sixers. If you out of the two between the actual NBA championship and the in-season tournament, I'd rather see the Sixers win a championship.
Yeah, for sure. But it's just a cool thing to have. Give. It's more for the fans. Anything it gives the fans some. Reason to watch basketball in the middle of the season. See these teams play competitive and pretty much these elimination games, once you get past the group stages, it's win or go home. You go play a regular season game, you lose that game, you're out of the tournament. And when it gets to the Final Four, they get taken to Las Vegas, and the winner of the Final Four gets the NBA Cup and $500,000. Yeah. So
I think they're also just trying to add divisions like football, because basketball is just conferences.
Yeah.
Everybody's competing with each other.
Mm-hmm. They do have conferences though. They have Western and stuff like that.
Well, no, I meant divisions like football. It's broken up into fours. Basketball don't have that. It's just east west.
They do have that though. They have Pacific. They have a Pacific. The Pacific is the Kings, the Lakers, the Warriors, the Suns, the Clippers.
Season?
No, in general.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
I just thought it was East versus West kind of.
No, they have it split up in some way, but this is just randomly picked. So.
Yeah.
So, and then anything else you want to mention about basketball? Any player you want to talk about in particular?
Not really, no.
All right, so that's going to move us on to the final subject of the day, football, which we haven't been here for a while, so if we're a little behind some things, so we're mostly going to focus on the first half of the season now that we are in Week 10, looking forward to Week 11 tomorrow. So, what's your thoughts on the first half of the season so far?
Definitely surprising. Let's take a look at the AFC for one. The AFC's ridiculous. There's only 4 teams with losing records, and 2 of them are the Broncos and the Chargers, who are 4-5, which isn't. I mean, it's technically a losing record, but not really, because it's not a big gap. The only 2 that really have a losing record are the Patriots and then the Titans. Titans are 3-6, and then the Patriots are 2-8.
Yeah.
So that is a losing record. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, and then the Chargers and Broncos too.
Yeah.
So, but it's this is the difference with the Broncos. They're on a 3-game winning streak right now. They've looked really good. They beat teams like the Chiefs, the Bills, and then who did they just beat?
I don't know who the third one is. I just know it's Chiefs and Bills. I'll look up to see.
Yeah, it was the
Packers.
Packers. Yeah, so Packers. So they've been on a winning streak for a little bit, which is definitely good for them. So, and then let's move on. And then want to look at the national or like NFC.
Yep.
So we got the Eagles 8-1, Giants. And they had that 1-year wonder, and they're right back to where they usually are. And then the Cardinals, they've looked good. They're 2-8, but they're a rebuilding team and have looked good for a rebuilding team. And they just got their franchise quarterback in Kyler Murray, and he's coming off a win against the Falcons.
Yep.
And then that NFC South. Oh my God, that is that's the worst division I've ever seen. Oh my God, You got a 1-win team in the Panthers who are expected to rebuild, which they are. You got the Falcons who are so often off again, on again. Buccaneers, and then the Saints at 5-5. But a team that also has to be talked about, like I think you mentioned the Minnesota Vikings.
Josh Dobbs. I fucking love that dude. He's my favorite quarterback right now, currently. I love Jalen Hurts, but Josh Dobbs is currently my favorite quarterback. But it's popping off. Let's see. He started the season out with the Cardinals, and then they kind of not abused him, but like it's the Cardinals. He's the most athletic person.
You get a win against the Cowboys, though.
Yeah, I'll give it to him. And then they traded him away, which was
odd.
Yeah, it was a little weird. I guess I can understand why, because they get some picks back, because they got him from the Browns, right? They traded for him. So I guess they kind of want some picks back, plus it was the deadline. And they didn't
and the Vikings needed a quarterback. It was just odd that they chose Josh Dobbs out of everybody. I would have expected maybe a Ryan Tannehill or something like that, but it's working out for them.
Though. I mean, let's see. Josh Dobbs, so the first game that he was on the Vikings, he wasn't even supposed to play, and he did. Because what's-his-face got hurt.
Clayton Tune.
Yeah, that's what it was. He got hurt.
Or no, it was the rookie quarterback from TCU. His last name's Hall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have no idea. But what is it? He didn't practice with them with the Vikings at all, and he still balled out and won.
He had a game-winning drive against the Falcons. Yeah, and then last week he went absolutely insane in the first half. Yeah. Absolutely just dismantling the Saints. It's actually insane. And now they're on a 5-game win streak, and they're gonna get Justin Jefferson back. They went from being 0-3 to probably making the playoffs right now.
Yeah, Bud's the new fucking Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. So all right, so I got some questions to ask you. So far in the first half of the season, give me your most disappointing team, your most surprised team, your team you think will bounce back in the second half, and your team that you think will fall off in the second half.
All right, so we're going to start with the most disappointing team. For me, I'm not too upset about this, but the Giants. Now, hear me out here. They went 9-8 last year, and now they're 2-8.
They're 9-7-1, I think.
Okay, whatever.
One
tie.
Yeah, they tied with the Commanders. Yeah.
Still, they still had a winning record last year and went to the divisional game. They had their ass beat by the Eagles, but no diddly shit. Yeah. It's the Eagles. But they had their ass beat, and in the offseason, they gained. If you really think about it. They didn't lose at all, so you think they're just going to do the same thing. Yeah. What they do? Their quarterback blows ass. Sucks.
Yeah.
And now he's out for the season. He came back for not even a full game. He came back for 10 minutes? Yeah. Tore his Achilles. How do you do?
ACL. And they're paying him $40 million to just sit out, be injured for the rest of the season. Yep. So, and then what about your most surprised team?
Texans.
Without
a doubt, it's the Texans. C.J. Stroud
is an MVP contention as a rookie, which is absolutely insane.
He's putting up currently. I think he's has a rookie record with Cam Newton and Andrew Luck for passing yards.
Yeah, and he could break Andrew Luck's touchdown passing record as a rookie. So
I forget what the record is, but I know he's tied something with them too.
Because he's had games where he has 0 touchdowns but has so many passing yards. It's actually insane.
Isn't he the leader? Yeah, he is the leader.
And he only has 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
And he has 14, 15 touchdowns, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah, and he's still got plenty of time. He's still got plenty of time this season, so he's probably gonna break him. And
for sure.
Currently, they're 5-4, and I didn't think the Texans were going to do bad this season, but I wasn't expecting this. Like, they're putting up a fight. They could possibly win the division because the Jags just had their ass beat by the Niners.
Yeah, for sure. And then, what team do you expect to bounce back in the second half? What team do you expect to fall off?
Okay, so, like, to bounce back, I kind of have two. So one's kind of obvious. I have the Bengals to pop off for the rest of the season. I think that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult because currently their division is the best division.
Yeah.
Without a doubt in my mind. Yeah. Without a doubt in my mind, it's currently the best division. Ravens are currently killing everything in their path. They beat up the Lions. They beat up the Seahawks. Who else? They beat up the Cardinals.
They beat up the Browns.
I'll talk about that in a little bit. But they're destroying everybody. So I kind of expect the Bengals to climb a little bit. I don't know if they'll win the division. Who knows? Depending on what happens Thursday night.
Okay.
No idea.
Yeah.
But
that should be a good game to say the least.
I think the Bengals will at least climb to the second spot in the division.
Okay.
At least I think they could beat the Steelers.
Because if they could get a big win against the Ravens on Thursday night, that could shoot them up easily, and then put the Ravens like very close to like, because like say like either the Browns win, they go to 7-3. They're at the top of the division. Ravens are second. Steelers, like the Bengals could win, right? But still be in fourth place. That's how crazy this division is.
Yeah.
Like,
and then there are other two I think that will kind of pop off a little bit, and that's the Broncos and the Raiders.
oh,
I think both of them could easily do it. I don't know if they both will, because let's look at this here for a minute. Broncos just beat the Chiefs after what? For the first time since what? 2015?
yeah, like
Whenever the hell they had Peyton Manning.
yeah, it was like actually insane. It's like
they finally beat them. Ever since I think it was 2015 was the last time they actually beat them. And they just beat the Bills. They're currently out for blood, and they're on a 3-game win streak.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the Raiders.
Yeah.
The Raiders got rid of Josh McDaniels, and they're currently on a 2-0 win streak. They're actually using Devontae Adams.
And like they actually looked really good against the Giants, and then squeaked out the win against the Jets.
Yeah.
So
it's like you finally use Devontae Adams. He's probably the most athletic player on that team. It's close between like him and Max Crosby. He's definitely, I mean, defense and offensive wise, they're both the best. Like, offense and defense. Max Crosby defense, and then Devontae Adams offense. Mm-hmm. But there's an argument to be had that Devontae Adams is the best player on that team. So, who knows with them two? I wouldn't be shocked. I think the Broncos might fall off though out of the two. Who knows with them? They might have just gotten really lucky because let's be honest, the Bills, Josh Allen is just the trash man. That's.
So you expect them to fall off?
I don't think the Bills will necessarily fall because it's like they still have a good team. Josh Allen has shown that he can be a good quarterback. I mean, they beat the Dolphins, so I'll give it to them. So it's like, who knows? I think the Bills still have a chance to make the playoffs, but it's still a good team, and it was a hard win.
Yeah, for sure.
It was also the fact that the Bills fucked up majorly last night.
Monday night.
Monday night.
So
Let's see. Let's go over the events of Monday Night Football. The last minute? They called the Broncos through a pass to Jerry Jeudy?
Yeah, and
got flagged for pass.
Taron Johnson just had to turn around. It was a complete underthrow too.
Yeah, it was called for pass interference that gave them field goal range and more. Mm-hmm. Then they miss it.
Yeah, Will Watts had a terrible game.
Missed it.
Yeah.
And what happened? Here comes to find out the Bills had too many defenders. And you want to know a little fun fact? You want to know who the 12th man was?
Who?
Damar Hamlin.
Oh, my God.
It was fucking hilarious. And then they made it again. He drilled that into the middle.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That was actually insane.
Damar Hamlin, first time back.
Yeah.
Since he almost died.
Yeah,
that was fun.
And then,
hell of a game.
So, do you have any teams falling off, though?
Falling off? Either...
Yeah. AFC, NFC, doesn't matter.
Falling off. There's a good few. It's like, I feel like I'm not really going to look at the NFC because the NFC is a little bit more fleshed out because the AFC, everybody's looking good except for a few 4.
Yeah.
But it's like there's 2 teams that I think might fall off a little bit.
Okay.
The one team is the Jags. And that's purely because the Texans are doing so good. So the Texans will probably...
And the Jags haven't beat A real team, yeah, if you think about it.
It's like the Jags have a good offense. Their defense could be better, but it's still good to an extent. Like, they got good players on there.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's hard for me to think that the Jags really keep this up. But I think they'll fall a little bit, and then the Texans will win the division. I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah,
at this point.
C.J.
Stroud's carrying this fucking team, without a doubt. And then the other team is the Dolphins, purely because of the fact that they haven't beat anybody good.
Yeah, they haven't beat anybody good in like 700, 800 days.
Yeah, it's like they're doing the same thing the Cowboys are doing, and that's pretty much just beat up on all the little teams and then lose to anybody big.
Yeah, and they got an interesting match against the Raiders this week.
Yeah.
So
it's like, I think the Dolphins could definitely win a matchup that they are favored to win, but it's like their 3 losses are against the Bills, Chiefs, Eagles. And that's not good, because when you get to the playoffs, you're probably going to be playing either the Bills or the Chiefs again.
And then even the Bengals, possibly.
Yeah.
So, and the Ravens. You can't forget about the Ravens.
Yeah. So it's like, I wouldn't be shocked if the Dolphins go in there with like the 2nd or 3rd seed and then just get rocked by somebody.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
and then,
actually, I think it'd be really funny if the Broncos pull their shit together, go to the playoffs, and then they play the Dolphins, and then the Broncos blow out the Dolphins again.
That'd be insane.
Just 70-20 Broncos. I think that would be like the ultimate revenge ever.
Oh my god, yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm looking at here.
Anything else you like? Let me just bring this up real quick. Speaking of like AFC and stuff, the Browns, Deshaun Watson, unfortunately, is done for the season after like suffering like a broken bone in his arm, so he's having season-ending injury. So he won't be back this season. Should be interesting to see if the Browns can make the playoffs now without their quarterback at the helm. So anything else you want to bring up? Do
you want to talk about the Ravens-Brown game just for shits and giggles?
Sure, why not?
Let's look at this game. That was just one hell of a game, honestly.
Yeah. They were up 17-3. So.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, if you know, apparently there was a stat. So the Browns were trailing for 59 minutes and like 30 seconds. That's how long they were trailing for the whole game. They didn't have the lead at all until they kicked that field goal.
That's insane.
The Browns,
they had a chance. I thought they were about to lose this game because they got the stop on Jackson after Myles Garrett got 2 sacks.
Yeah.
And the former Raven, James Prochet, literally fumbles the ball. Then he called a fair catch and literally drops it. And the Ravens scored a touchdown on that drive. So, then I thought, and then Lamar Jackson gets his pass swatted into the air, picked off by Greg Newsome for the pick 6. And then Dustin Hopkins, this was the week of the kickers, I swear. He misses the extra point.
Yeah.
But then the Browns get a stop. The Browns drive down the field and kick a game-winning field goal as time expires. The biggest story of that game, the Lamar Jackson 2 interception. Because this game started off weird. It was literally second play of the game. Deshaun Watson tries to throw the pass. Kyle Hamilton blitzing, swats it down, catches it, and runs up for a pick 6 just like that.
Yeah, this was a strange game, but I think at this point in the season, I think any AFC North division game is just going to be like the best game of the week at this point, because it's like even the Steelers are popping off right now. Ever since Matt Canada came downstairs.
I mean,
he left the booth. He's on the field now. He's realizing that he's actually coaching.
They do have a good record, but I wouldn't say they're popping off necessarily. They didn't even look that good against the Packers. They won last second. I think their record doesn't represent the team they really are.
I guess. I don't know. I think Matt Canada, because ever since he came down from the booth, he realized that he's not playing Madden, and he's actually coaching real players. So maybe a shred of humanity came into his heart. And now he's actually trying or whatever. I don't know what's up with him. I still think he should get fired because fuck it, why not?
Yeah. But
I don't know. I think the AFC North is definitely an entertaining division to watch.
Yeah, for sure. But anything else you want to bring up other than that? So that's gonna wrap up today's episode. Be on the lookout for our picks for week 11, right?
Yep.
So look on the lookout for that.
No, it is week 11.
Yeah, week 11 because week 10 there was a bunch of good games there. Week 9 had some good games as well. So, but other than that, be on the lookout for that, and then we'll probably we'll have one out just before Thanksgiving next week talking about the games and stuff like that. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching and have a good rest of your day.
See ya.
Peace.